the movie. There was the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, A Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think you guys might know who we're sketching here. So who do you think we're sketching?
Jack Skellington.
Yes, for today's class, we're drawing a portrait of Jack Skellington. So it looks like you guys all have your paper and your pencils. Are you ready to start sketching?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, let's get moving here. So we're going to go ahead and pick up our pencils, and you're going to notice that we are missing erasers. That's because this will be a sketch class. You're going to draw some white, messy lines on your page and then darken in those features that you want to keep for later on. So it should be a stress-free class. We're about to have fun here, not worry about making this perfect. So by the end of class, when you get all those messy lines in place and you darken what you want, you don't have to worry about erasing any mistakes that you think you might have made. Now, Jack Skellington is going to start with a basic geometric shape. So we're going to go ahead and create a circle here. Towards the top of our page, you can make it about the size of a baseball. And you're going to sketch it in nice and light. Don't worry about making this a perfect circle. And definitely try to use your entire arm to build up this shape here. Because when you use your whole arm, you can get nice fluid motion going. But when you use your wrist, you end up with these short little choppy marks, and it's more like writing. And again, don't worry about making this a perfect circle. Just get something round on your page. And once you have a circle you can work with, we're going to go ahead and divide it up using a couple of construction lines. These are guidelines we use to help place some features we'll be adding in later on. So Jack Skellington's not going to be looking straight out towards us. He's actually going to be turned just a little bit. So these lines we're going to add in are going to have a little bit of a curve to them. So we're going to cut the circle in half from top to bottom, but we're going to curve this line out towards the left. So just go right on through here and make that curved line. So it kind of looks like you're making a crescent moon on your page. And then we're going to go from side to side, and this line's going to curve right on down. So it's going to look like you have a beach ball bouncing around on your page. And that is our basic foundation for Jack Skellington. So now we can start adding in the features to really bring in the life on our page here. And we're actually going to start building off of our circle. We're not going to start with the features inside our circle just yet. The first feature we're going to add in will be his neck. Now, since he's a skeleton, he has a super skinny neck. He's made of just bones. So the neck will just be these two lines super close together right off the center of your circle here. And again, just sketch it in light to get it in place, and then you darken it right on up. So it almost looks like you're drawing a lollipop here. And then at the base of his neck, he does have a bow tie. And this bow tie will be based off of an animal. Do you guys know what kind of animal it is? Yeah, it is a bat. So the knot of this bow is the head of the bat. So we're going to sketch in the head first. And it's going to be a rounded out triangle. You can think of a guitar pick or a piece of candy corn. You just sketch it in light again, get this into shape here. Keeping it nice and rounded out. And then again, just darken it up once you have it where you like it. Our bat does have some ears, and these ears are upside down letter V's. They're on the top part of our triangle here, right on the side of our neck. And you can stretch these into place. You can have them going as far out as you want. And our bat also has some eyes, and these eyes are just little slits right inside here, like grains of rice or pointed ovals. You can make one bigger than the other. And with the eyes in place, we can start focusing on the wings of our bat. Now you can make this bow tie really big. I really suggest you find the edges of your pages and just stretch this out nice and wide. We're going to start off the wings by making a couple of curved lines. It's like drawing whiskers on a cat. So right off the side here, right off the center of our bat head, I'm going to start sketching in a couple of curved lines, a couple of rainbows here. And then I'll just repeat the same thing for the other side. Again, just really stretch this out nice and far. And it should look like you have like a little spider bat on your page at this point. So we need to go ahead and make these look more like wings. And to do this, we're going to close up the gaps between the lines. And we're going to use a series of letter C's and backwards letter C's. So over here on the right side, I'm going to go from that top line to the middle line. I'm going to bring in a letter C. Now, again, there's another chance for you to get super creative here. You can stretch these out as far as you want, make them super pointy. And you can bring that C in closer to the head. The deeper you make that letter C, the spookier he's going to look. And then the middle line to the bottom. And then you can hop on over to the other side and darken in those gaps here. And you just go from the top to the middle using a backwards letter C. And then the middle to the bottom. And when you have those in place, if you want to go back in and do some shading, you're more than welcome to. I suggest you use the side of your pencil so you can get a nice even tone. You don't want to make this too dark, you just want to show that it's colored in here. And when you use the side of your pencil, you can get a nice even tone, cover a lot of surface area, and you can even color in the bat head. I suggest don't color in those eyes. You want to kind of make it seem like those eyes are going right up off that page. But once you have that bat all colored in, we are about halfway finished with our sketch of Jack Skellington. And we haven't even started on his facial features yet. Can you believe it? So I can tell you guys are still shading, but how are you guys holding up so far? Good, all right, few of you are doing pretty awesome. That's awesome. Well, once we have that bat in place, we do have to start focusing on those facial features. We really need to wake them up. And the best part about Jack Skellington, since he is a skeleton, his facial features don't have a lot of detail to them. They're just like the spots where that facial features would be. And the first feature we're going to start off with is going to be the most important because it's the most expressive part of any character. And that's, of course, the character's eyes. Now, his eyes are going to rest right along that horizontal construction line, and they're going to be very, very big. And they're going to be kind of like an oval shape, a little bit more towards an egg shape than an oval. So when you build this up, try to use a couple of curved lines instead of just sketching in an oval. And build it up like you built up your circle. I'm going to start with the eye over here on the right-hand side, and it's going to lean in a little bit towards that vertical construction line. So I'm just going to start with a curved line, building this up nice and light here, keeping it wider at the bottom and skinnier at the top. And then since he's in this three-quarter perspective, the eye over here on the left-hand side is going to be just a little bit slimmer since it's away from us, but it's still going to lean in towards that vertical construction line here. And when you have them in place, you darken these right on up, lock that feature right on down. And then you're going to go ahead and color these in. And when you color these eyes in, you do want to make this the darkest part of your sketch. You can press a little bit harder with your pencil and really darken it up. Since this is the most expressive part, you really want this to be the first thing that we're drawn to. Pull all that focus and attention to these eyes. And also, since he is a skeleton, he has a hollow head, you can see all the way through to the back of his head. So another reason why you would want to make this nice and dark. And with these eyes in place, we're going to add in what is probably the easiest feature to add on Jack Skellington, and that's going to be his nose or his nostrils. His nostrils are just a set of parentheses, a set of curved lines that sit right between his eyes here, right along that horizontal construction line. You can even if you want to, you can make one a little bit bigger than the other. You can add a little bit of thickness to it. But that is his nose. Very, very simple. So with the eyes in place, the nose in place, the last thing we need to add in is, of course, his smile. He has a great big smile. Stretches from ear to ear if he had ears. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big letter U. That's going to go from the side of the circle and stretch all the way up to that construction line there. And you want to stick really close to the side here. If you want, you can give it a little bit of a shake, give it some bumps or hills along the way. Or you can just darken it in as it is. And he does have some tick marks along the way. So you can go right on in and add a few little lines along his smile. You can add as many or as little as you like. If you like, you can even cap off the end of his smile here with a little smile line. But once you have that in place, the last thing we do need to do is close up the rest of his head. So you just go back to that original circle you sketched in, find that circle and it's going to fit best for you, and just close it up all the way around. I start at the smile here and just start darkening it in. Since he's a skeleton, you don't have to worry about making this a perfect circle. You can go ahead and give him some bumps or dips along the way here. Make sure you attach it to his head, or to his neck there. And once you have that in place, you need to go back in, darken up any other lines that may have faded away, add any more shading to your sketch. Finish coloring in that bat, you're more than welcome to. But once you followed all those steps, the last thing you need to do is, of course, to sign your artwork nice and proud. So I'm going to sign my name right down here at the bottom. And with my signature in place, I have completed my very own Jack Skellington. And hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, so have all of you. So how did these turn out? Nice, good, all right. Well, I'm sure these look fantastic. So how about on the count of 3, we hold up your sketch nice and high. And definitely take a look around because everyone has their own unique art style. So ready, 1, 2, 3, let's see these skeletons. These are looking fantastic. I really like the bow ties out there, nice and big. Very dark eyes. Very awesome class here. Up at the top, you guys did great. I like